Mac Voices listeners and viewers, our friends at Squarespace have a great do-it-yourself website builder that allows you to make a website or blog in just a few minutes. Squarespace gives you a free domain name, handles all the hosting, and has 24-hour customer support. Everything on the platform is drag and drop, so it's incredibly easy to use. The templates are customizable to your own look and feel and let your content do all the talking. Additionally, you can switch to a different template at any time. Go to squarespace.com/MacVoices to start a free trial. Use the offer code MacVoices2, that's MacVoices and the number 2, when you decide to purchase, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this edition of Mac Voices. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. Mac Voices is at Macworld iWorld 2013 in San Francisco. We're in the Appaloosa area on the show floor, just outside the Boinx booth, talking to Oliver Breidenbach about Boinx. Oliver, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here again.
This is becoming a regular thing for us.
Yeah, it's becoming a regular thing for me to win an Best of Show award. It's the second in a row.
You stole my thunder. Aren't you getting bored with this?
No. It's always a very, very big honor, and it's of course not my honor. It's the honor for the whole team. It's a recognition of all the hard work they put into it, and it's good to be recognized that way. It just feels great.
Of course it does. Of course it does. But you do it, and you don't just do it for one product, like some companies that update a product and they keep getting awards for it. Over the years, you've picked up so many of these for so many different products. This one, I believe, is for iStopMotion for iPad 2.
Yeah, it's a new version for iStopMotion for iPad. We added a lot of features along the area of sound. Where kids at school, they like to dub their videos, and so you now can do that in the app itself, or you can record a dialogue or import pre-recorded soundtrack and animate to that, which is the way most professional animators would do it. So we added a lot of things to it, and it's been a very award-worthy update. Yeah.
Well, obviously, to win a Best of Show, especially for a second generation of a product, it seems like usually those end up reserved for the first time that the editor sees something, and so to do it the second time around is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed too.
So, you and I seem to talk frequently, but there's always something to talk about. What else can you talk about from Boinx that either has happened or is coming in the next few weeks or months?
Well, we don't plan to slow down. Last year we had major releases for iStopMotion and PhotoMagico, and PhotoMagico is actually getting a small but nonetheless significant update within the next couple of days or weeks. Version 4.2 will have a new feature called it will allow to apply masks to images, which is a huge thing and allows for a lot of more visual creativity in the slideshows. And we have a couple of things coming down the line. We're currently working on MacVoicesTV 1.9 updates and more things to come.
Oliver, my sense is that something has seemed to be changing in the industry. We used to see major new features only at big number releases, and now the 0.1 releases are seeing some pretty significant features. And it's not just you, it's everybody. Is there additional pressure, or is there a changing in that theory as to when we put new features in?
I think the whole business model has changed and is changing. And the old model where you had your initial release and then you would release major new upgrades every year and a half or whatever and charge people an upgrade fee, those don't seem to ring a bell with most customers anymore. And certainly Apple doesn't they don't allow for these even. On the App Store you can't have paid upgrades. So developers need to find new ways to keep their revenue stream coming, and of course one way to do it is to have frequent updates and maybe not stuff too many features into one update, but it should be significant new features. So it's maybe one significant new feature for each minor new update, just to keep the engine turning, right? Long term, I think developers need to find even more different models to sustain a viable business, and we are right now in a period of transition, and I don't know, maybe we're still not used to this new model, so we still have a lot of stuff in the drawers, and we're just bringing it out sometime. It's like, we always want to do this, so let's do it now, and that kind of thing. So I don't think it's like it's a pressure from it. I don't think it's a pressure from outside. I think it's the change in the industry, a change in the business model that's driving that.
How about the show this year? I'm kind of anxious to see what you think. You've been here for a lot of years, and you've watched the show evolve in so many different ways. Are you happy with what you're getting out of Macworld, iWorld?
Again, I mean, I think things are changing, and we need to try new things. And one of the things we tried this year is we with the giveaways, for example, we have these interesting pens that you can bend and animate, and people want them, but we didn't want to give them away indiscriminately, and so we partnered up with the Children's Creativity Museum outside across the Moscone Center, and we're collecting donations for them in exchange for handing out the pens, and so that's kind of like that's a new thing, and it's fun, and it's a new kind of partnership we're seeing there. They send in an animator, the animation teacher, who was here yesterday all day and taught people, and it was always a big crowd on our booth, and that's kind of the things that more involvement directly with people, and not so much we're here handing out pamphlets, and it's more getting people involved and actually using the software.
That's a brilliant kind of partnership, especially with iStopMotion for kids. Kids seem to love this stuff. They love to play with it. It makes it so easy and so approachable for them. You benefit a good, a good facility. You get a little something back in the presence. That's a win-win-win.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah. So for the rest of the show, every show is different. This year is no different than I mean. In that regard, of course, this year's show is different than last year's show. I think it was a good move to move the stages out of this area, so it's much quieter. It's more spacious. People are more, spending a day here, and it's less like it's less industrious, but it's more relaxed, but it's also more more fun.
The traffic seems to have been good every single day, and this, as we recorded this, it's Saturday, and it seems a little more like almost a family-oriented crowd. You're seeing more parents with kids walk through, but it's still very busy.
The perfect crowd for us.
Exactly. Folks, everybody should know, but just in case, the website to learn more about all the Boinx products?
boinx.com. That's boinx.com, and yeah, check it out.
You're spending so much time in the U.S. that I hear there's a house for sale at Pebble Beach.
Yeah. Whose house is that?
I'll let you know. Thanks so much, Oliver.
Thanks.
Folks, we'll have more from Macworld iWorld 2013 in San Francisco. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. MacVoicesTV is part of the MacVoices Group at MacVoicesGroup.com. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com.